Hey everyone, and welcome back to the podcast. If you haven't listened to us before, my name is Brent Aiken, and I'm one of the hosts of the podcast. But with this, one of the things we've been doing over the past couple weeks is we, due to all of us being in ministry full time, have been doing something we're calling the Summer Solo Series. And all of the different hosts of this podcast are getting on and doing solo episodes with just quick encouragements and quick just thoughts and practices towards youth ministry, to give you stuff through the summer to still listen to, but also to allow for us to be gone for camps and mission trips and everything, just like you guys are. And so I'm actually recording this in my office about 30 minutes before I leave for church camp for this upcoming week. And with that, I just wanted to sit down and talk to you real fast about youth ministry overall. And the thing is, when it comes to being in youth ministry, whether you're a youth pastor or a volunteer or just someone who cares about the next generation, this episode is specifically for you. And let's be honest, youth ministry is not just about pizza. It isn't about dodgeball, even though both of those are great things. It's not just about late night lock-ins, which I gave up for Lent a long time ago. Those things are fun, but at its core, youth ministry is about shaping the identity, building faith, and creating a safe space where young people can explore what it means to follow Jesus. And so today I wanted to talk about three big ideas, and these are the three. Why youth ministry matters now more than ever, what youth really need from their leaders, and how we can reimagine ministry for today's world. So first off, why youth ministry matters now. Teenagers are facing more pressure now than ever before. You can look at stats, you can look at research, you can look at your own youth group and see it. We can say that, hey, it's the same stuff that we went through when we were kids, but the pressure and demands on this generation of students is higher than ever before. And due to that, we are seeing more mental health issues, anxiety, we're seeing depression, we're seeing all these different things that are coming to play in a lot more students' lives, and it's a big deal. Social media is shaping identity in real time, and that's something we've never seen before. And many of them are asking big spiritual questions without always having a place to process them. So youth ministry steps in to provide that place. It's not about having all the answers. It's about showing up, being consistent, offering belonging in a world that constantly tells them that they are not enough. Barna research has even told us that young people who stay connected to a faith community in their teens are far more likely to keep their faith in adulthood, and that's huge. So, youth ministry matters now. So what you're doing is important. What you're doing is valuable. Those extra phone calls, those late nights, those extra boxes of pizza, those just sitting there and listening to students share whatever they're sharing, whether it's Fortnite or situations with their family or grades at school or anything else, all of those conversations matter. Secondly, what youth really need. And here's the truth. Teenagers don't need perfect leaders. They need authentic ones. They need leaders who will listen more than they lecture. They need leaders who will walk with them through questions, not rush them to answers. And I'm guilty of that all the time. I want to fix things. I want to work towards these different strategies that I've already worked out, and I want to give them opportunities. They don't want to be rushed into how to fix it. Sometimes they just need people to listen, and they need to be able to walk through the questions themselves. So working on how can I coach them to come to their own understanding is huge. And then they also need leaders who show that faith is a journey and not a checklist. We don't need to say, all right, step 1 is done, now you move on to step 2 and then step 3. We have to understand that there's ebb and flow in the journey of faith, just like with our own personal journey. And we have to be able and be willing to walk alongside them as they journey on their faith. I once heard a student say, I don't remember all the talks, but I remember who sat with me when my parents were divorcing. That's it. That's ministry. Presence over performance. And then So the final conversation, or the final thing that I had to discuss today, is how do we reimagine youth ministry for today? First, we've got to meet students where they are, not where they wish they were, or where we wish they were. That might be bringing ministry into digital spaces. That might be creating more room for conversations that are more present today. That might be stepping away from curriculum that is written as a generalized, broad overview, and stepping into situations and specifics that more affect your ministry. That might be being open to raw and messy stories. Secondly, we say this all the time on this podcast. We cannot do this alone. If you're listening and you do not have a support system, you have to find one. Find a youth pastor that's willing to listen to you vent, that's willing to celebrate with you, that's willing to be there when it's good, bad, and ugly. And find someone that can be your source of encouragement to continue doing what you're doing, because it is vital in the long run. Longevity is built around a network of people and remembering the goods when you're dealing with the rough seasons. The most powerful youth ministries that I've seen also on the other hand of this spectrum is that youth ministries that are really, really strong and powerful ones don't rely on a superhero youth pastor. They build a team of mentors, they partner with parents, and they have peers who invest in students consistently. You have adult leaders, you have student leaders, you have buy-in from your pastoral staff. Everyone is on the same page and everyone's working together to have students walk that journey of faith. And so you need a team, you need a network, you need support, but you also have to build a team of volunteers and then also train them to be what they need to be for the students that they encounter week to week. So, and finally, let's focus more on formation and not entertainment. Games are great, but at the end of the day, we are in this to make disciples, not fans. We're not trying to find followers on social media. We're not trying to be the next youth pastor that's really, really cool, that has a huge following. At the end of the day, God called you to disciple the kids that are in your group, and it is your responsibility to step up and step out and allow those conversations, allow those moments of engagement, allow those late night stories or funny game moments or activities to build those relationships that will allow them to trust you enough when those hard situations and hard questions come. When you have that relationship built, as the old saying goes, they'll see how much you care, and that's huge, because they won't know, or they won't care about what you know until they know how much you care. So with that, whether you're just starting out in youth ministry or whether you've been at it for decades, remember this: your presence matters. Your faithfulness is planting seeds, even if you don't see the fruit right away. And for a lot of people, this can be one of the most daunting things of youth ministry. And I had a youth pastor tell me this forever ago. It said, you are in a start the project ministry and you hardly ever get to see it finish. And so you need to find hobbies that allow you to see that sense of fulfillment, that sense of completing projects. And so I would encourage you, if you're listening to this, have a hobby that you can do start to finish. Mine is woodworking. I love being able to start projects and finish projects. I also love going and playing golf as a sport, because start and finish, it is something that I can have a start time, have an end time, and I know that I will reach an end point. It's super, super important for what we do, because it allows you to see youth ministry as a starting point and not have to see that end point. Your presence matters. Your faithfulness is planting seeds. Thanks for spending a few minutes with me today. If you found this helpful, share this with someone else in youth ministry. And hey, keep showing up. The next generation needs you. Until next time, I'm Brent. This is Student Ministry Conversations Podcast, and we thank you for tuning in. We thank you for sharing this with your youth pastor friends. And whether you're at camp this week, mission trip this week, or just sitting in your office trying to catch your breath after one of the things that I just said, we are here for you. Keep it up. Keep going. We love you. And if we can ever be that voice or that person that is the listening ear for you, just let us know. Until then, we'll see you next week.